My mental illness started in my teens, early teens. I knew I was different. I didn't know how I was different, but I knew I was different. I was high-strung, temperamental, and I discovered I was different in other ways. And when I discovered what that was, it was because I was gay. In my late teens, I began to cut and burn myself in an attempt to deal with the stress and anxiety I was going through. And I went to therapists to fix myself. And I was told, you know, if you wouldn't live this way, you'd be a much happier person. This just compounded the issue. This didn't help at all. I have depression and anxiety issues, but they were trying to treat the gay issue. They weren't trying to treat my depression and anxiety. They thought being gay was causing the depression and anxiety. And I know that being gay is not a mental illness. It hadn't been on the books, I don't think, since 1972. But still, people treat it like a mental illness. Like there's something wrong with you. When things like this happen, you become frustrated. And you get to a point to where you get the feeling like, why do I even bother? Why do I even try? And for many years, I didn't. It took me many years to find someone who would treat my depression and anxiety, my illness, and not my sexual orientation. These days, I cope with my anxiety by painting. I get my frustrations out through painting. I'm no Picasso, I'm no Michelangelo, but it gets rid of my stress and my anxiety. I lose myself in that. And the worries of the day and the stress of the day just melt away. They just totally go away. And then when somebody enjoys them, that makes me feel good. Let me tell you about this one, this 5-piece one here. I call it mental illness 2. Each one of those colors represents a person with a mental illness. We may have the same diagnosis, which would be the same color, but we don't all have the same symptoms. So that's the reason we're a different shape. So each color is a mental illness, each shape's a different person. And they're all different, even though we might have the same mental illness, we're all still different. And the black and white orbs are all the condemnation we get, the condescension we get, the pity, the loathing for being mentally ill. And that's what gets thrown at us, and that's what the little black and white orbs are. I've reached a point in my life that I'm happy with who I am. And it took so many years. It took so many years, and I know a lot of my peers aren't happy with who they are. And they're still struggling. And I don't want them to have to go through this. I know what I went through. And if there's anything I can ever do to help them, to keep them from having to go through it, I will do it.